Hey everyone, Adrienne here, Indiana Backyard Gardener. I'm taking you guys with me on this harvest of my oregano. So I am in the collaboration with Tammy from Mountain Grandma, and she's doing an collaboration called My Apothecary. And basically it's a collaboration of channels that is participating and sharing with you guys all of the apothecary things. All right, so there have been more than a few channels already participated, and now it's my turn. So I'm going to harvest some oregano, and we're going to make some oregano oil, and I'm going to share with you guys the benefits of oregano oil. So let's go. So this is my main oregano patch here. Now you can see a lot of it has gone to flower. And don't count the flowers out, guys. The flowers are amazing for tea, okay? So you can harvest the flowers and you can make oregano tea with these fragrant flowers. But I'm gonna go for some of this new growth that's in here. And we just had rain, so I really want to get out here and harvest while everything is clean. I don't have to wash it, because when you're making oregano oil, you don't want any moisture in your oil. So you don't want a lot of water. All right, so I don't want to have to wash these herbs. I want to be able to harvest them and use them just as is with minimal moisture, okay? Because your oil can turn rancid if you have too much moisture. So I'm gonna harvest in here some of this some of this new growth that's in here, and all in here you can see there's new growth. So I'm gonna harvest some of this new growth, and I'm also gonna harvest some of the flowers to make some tea, and I'll show you guys all of that after I get this harvest. I also want to point out that there's a difference between oregano oil extract and oregano essential oil. Essential oils are created through a steam distillation process that extracts the oil from a plant's flowers or leaves, and the steam process results in a condensation that can be separated into two parts, water and oil, whereas the oil extract is made by simply soaking the plant material in olive or another plant-based oil and letting it sit for a period of time so that its aroma, flavor, or medicinal properties infuse into the oil. I'm just going to leave this here on the kitchen table while I run some errands and also pick up some more extra virgin olive oil. And that'll give this oregano a chance to dry out even more. And then there's some flowers that I'm going to use for the tea. So I'll be back. Olive oil is commonly used. Extra virgin is recommended because it's the purest, but other oils can be used as well. So you can make oregano oil two ways. You can do the heated oregano oil, or you can do a cold press to extract the oils. I'm going to do the cold press method. I'm just going to fill my jar and then I'm going to cover it with my oil. But if you'd like to do the heated oregano oil, you would use the same method as the cold pressed, except you're going to use a pot of boiling water. So what you're going to do is you're going to chop up your oregano to make sure that you release the oils in the plant. And then put your oregano into your sterilized jar, and then you're going to cover it to the top with oil. If you're using dried, use equal parts of dried and oil, but if you're using fresh, just, half a jar and then half a jar of oil. After you stir it up, you might need to adjust the oil just to make sure that it covers the leaves, and then put the lid on. You want to bring a pot of water to a boil, enough water to cover the ingredients in the jar, and then put the jar in the boiling water. Turn off the burner and let it sit for 10 minutes. And then that's going to allow the natural oils to release from the oregano leaves. You can remove the jar from its warm water bath, shake it, tighten the lid if you need to, and then store the jar in a cool, dry place. Shake it once a day, and after about 6 to 8 weeks, it should be ready. Now, if you're just doing the cold pressed oil method, that's what I'm doing. You're just going to do the same thing. Put your chopped up oregano into your sterilized jar, tighten it, cover it, make sure that all the plant material is covered. So after you pour your oil in, stir it up, and then adjust your oil to make sure that's fully covered. Put your lid on, and then you're going to store it in a dark place away from sunlight. Shake it like every 2 days, and then after 6 to 8 weeks, your oil should be ready. So let's talk about some of the benefits of oregano oil. Oregano oil has been used in folk medicine for centuries to prevent illness. Studies have confirmed that it has the following properties. It's antimicrobial, which means it will either kill or stop the growth of microorganisms such as bacteria or mold to prevent them from causing disease. For instance, like staph infection, E. coli, as well as salmonella. It's antiviral, so it's effective against viruses. For example, the flu and others that are including like lentiviruses, HIV and SIV, as well as herpes, RSV, rotavirus, hepatitis C, Zika. Antiviral. It has antiviral activity against these viruses. Oregano oil is antifungal. It kills or stops the growth of fungi that causes infections. And it's found to be an effective treatment for candida, fungal infections like thrush, and it's because of the high levels of thymol that are found in oregano oil. Oregano oil has been found to be an antioxidant, which means that it prevents or slows the cell damage by fighting free radicals, which are compounds that damage the body. The leaves of oregano are higher in antioxidants than most fruits and vegetables. Oregano oil is also an anti-inflammatory, so it reduces inflammation or swelling. Studies have shown that carvacrol in oregano reduces inflammation and cholesterol levels. Oregano extract can reduce inflammation that could lead to autoimmune arthritis, allergic asthma, rheumatoid arthritis, as well as aid in respiratory health. Oregano oil has been found to be an anti-diabetic, which means it treats diabetes by lowering blood sugar levels, reducing symptoms. It improves insulin resistance and regulates gene expression related to carbohydrate and lipid metabolism. The oil of choice that I'm using is grapeseed oil. It's 100% grapeseed oil, and that's what I've chosen to use for my oregano oil. So I'm just going to pour this oil over all of the plant matter that I have chopped up and put into my sterilized jar. I'm just going to let it get to the bottom, make sure it's all, incorporated in with the plant material. I should have got a chopstick, but I got one of the stems. And I'm just going to make sure that it's fully covered. Once you're finished making your oregano oil, you can store it in a dark place for several months. You can store it in the refrigerator for up to a year. You can add a few drops of lemon oil or grapefruit oil to the extract as a natural preservative. And all oils go bad if stored improperly. So if you aren't sure whether your oil has gone rancid, pour a little in a spoon and sniff it. If it has a strong sour odor, you should toss it and make a new batch. Oregano oil can be taken in a variety of ways depending on what you're using it for. If you find that it's too strong, you can use it at a lower concentration than what is suggested. And in that case, adjust the amount of oregano to oil when you make additional batches. So if you don't want it so strong, use less plant material. You can use oregano oil for sore muscles and joint pain. Just mix the oregano oil at a concentration of 1 drop of oregano oil to 1 teaspoon of olive oil or any other healthy oil, and then massage the mixture into your skin to treat sore muscles and joints. Oregano oil is great for skin conditions as well. I use oregano oils as a health supplement. So there's several ways you can take oregano oil orally to enjoy the health benefits. When you're taking it orally, avoid getting it directly on your tongue or your lips because it is spicy and it could create a burning sensation. You can add several drops of oregano oil to a steam tent and you can inhale it. Create the steam tent by bringing a pot of water to a boil, remove the pot from the stove, set it on a hot pad, lean over the steaming water and place a towel over your head and shoulders to capture the steam. And do it for like 15 or 20 minutes until there's no more steam. You can add a drop of oregano oil to a half a cup of water and you can use it to gargle with. You can also add 2 to 3 drops of oregano oil in a cup of water and you can drink the cup. So don't forget to label your jar with the date that you did your oil, that you started your oil. That way you can keep track of when it should be ready. So make sure you always label your jars. I just want to mention that oregano oil should not be taken during pregnancy or lactation. You need to consult your doctor before taking oregano oil if you have any medical conditions or if you're on any medications. This video is for educational purposes only, and I am not a doctor. If you don't have a Keurig, you can just do a pot of boiling water or use a regular coffee pot just to make sure that the water is definitely hot enough to extract the medicinal properties from the plant matter. I'm just using my Keurig because I know for a fact it gets super hot. I was going to initially use the flowers, but I think I'm just going to put some sprigs of oregano right into this cup. You can see the steam coming out of there, so that's nice and hot. I'm just going to stick those sprigs right into my cup because it'll be easier for me to take that right out when I get ready to drink it versus having to strain the little bits of the flowers out. So I'm going to cover this so that I can make sure that I capture all of the essential oils in the tea. Depending on how strong you want your tea, you just let it steep for as long as you want. I'm just going to let it steep for a while, and at this point you can add any sugars or sweeteners, honey, what have you. You can drink oregano tea hot or you can drink oregano tea cold. So after I steep it and I want to chill it, I can just stick this right in the refrigerator and I can enjoy it later. All right, it's been steeping for quite a while now. I made some runs and came back. Look at that beautiful color. Oh, and it's so fragrant. Oh, I love that. I don't add any sweeteners to mine. I just drink it as is. So let's give this a taste. Oh, yes. Perfect. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please check out the playlist. The more you know, the more you grow. Bye, guys.